This is so sweet. It's like going back in time like 150 years. Folks are playing ball with their kids. You got some other folks back here setting up some horseshoes. Go around the corner. Just some families hanging out on some quilts. This is what Tennessee is. Tell me about the first, did you say the first 10 years of bluegrass?
Okay, well, 100 years ago this year, Fiddle and John Carson from Georgia made the first country music record. Well, they didn't call it country music yet, but they found out there was a market for it, and that kind of started the whole thing going. And the fellow that made the records was a man by the name of Ralph Peer, and he went over and switched companies over to the Victor Company. And 4 years later, in 1927, they made the first recordings of Jimmy Rogers, the singing brakeman, and the Carter family up in Bristol in 1927. And they called that the Big Bang of country music. That really started it going. And it turned out to be kind of a unique era because somewhere between 1923 and 33, they captured this really pure American roots music. And then after that, the Depression happened and the World War. People moved, tastes changed, and it was like that whole era was just kind of lost.
Except I think we found it again.
Well,
little pockets. I mean, it's not everywhere, but like this week in Nashville is the Americana Festival.
Yeah.
Which I know is not the same, but.
Well, I'm actually doing a program. I'm going to re-record it. I recorded it in June, and there was technical problems with it. But I'm going to record again this coming Saturday a program on Fiddle and John Carson. I'm going to have it premiered on my YouTube channel, and it's also going to live.
What is your YouTube channel?
It's just Brett Howland Channel.
How do you spell your last name?
It's BRETTHOWLAND. Okay. And I also have a website that's bretthowland.com.
Like a continental soldier. How are you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Where are you from?
Shelbyville.
Shelbyville. My daddy's friend's name's Joe Elliott.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. He lives in Cedar Hill, Adams, Tennessee, Robertson County.
Yeah. You tell them not Shelbyville because they say Shelbyville.
I know. It's like you ain't really from there. Where are you really from?
I'm from, actually moved from Maupin.
Oh, really far away.
Yeah, really far.
How long you been making brooms?
About 8 years.
New hobby.
Yeah, my grandfather made these when I was a kid, and I watched him and I thought, oh, I'm interested in this. There are only certain people, you got to find, young people they're interested in cell phones and friends and whatever. But I started about 8 years ago.
You know the broom makers in Granville?
No.
You know where Granville is? In Granville, Tennessee, they've got a broom shop. And it's set up here. It's like, wait a minute. She's trying to eat your treats. They got a whole little broom shop in there.
Is that right?
They're really neat people. You ought to go visit them.
That'd be good. I might get some ideas.
We have a new hamburger called the Messy Butt.
Messy Butt?
Smashed Messy Butt Burger. So it's a hamburger, it's cheese, a hamburger, Boston butt or pulled pork barbecue sauce, more cheese, onions, and jalapenos.
Well, you got to have like a side of heart attack with that.
Yeah, it's some rollades that we need to be serving with it.
Oh my God.
I bet it was good.
It was good. That's what I've been serving. It's my special burger.
It's like, what do you got to do to get invited to that party?
Show up.
Show up.
We got ribeye and country ham.
Do you want one?
Sandwich.
It's boba. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, it is what I wanted.
So it's not the original tapioca, it is the hop and crawl. So it makes the same concept except it's a juicy ball instead of
Yeah, I like them. There's just something right. I thought someone would make a own bobby boba.
That is not. I want that in the big container. You need your gardens for your canning. Yeah.
You mean,
I'll tell you a funny story about that. So my kids grew up on a farm, obviously. We grow most of what we eat, or we kill it. I'm an avid hunter, and I love to fish. We only take what we're going to eat. I'm not a sports fisherman or a sports hunter. If I kill it, I eat it.
We talked about that on the way here.
So, my neighbor, he was up here earlier. He called me one night and said, "Hey, we done killed this deer. We don't want it. All we want is the backstrap. You want the deer?" Well, yeah. The problem was I had my daughter had her little bougie friends over. I said, "Tell you what, just stick it in the garbage bag. It was cold that night, real cold. Stick it in the car. I'll go out there and get it once these kids go to bed, and I'll get it processed and put it in the freezer." So I go out and get the deer. He's cut it. He's taken the backstrap out. He's cut it in quarters for me. Oh no, cut it in quarters for me. It's field dress, which means I got to work on it. So I thought they were in the bed asleep. I go out there and get the deer, and I throw it in the bathtub so I can wash it. It's field dress, and I get the hair, the sticks, the leaves on it, right? So I got the first chunk out of it. Of course, blood. It's real bloody. It was in a hat. It was heavy. I got the first chunk out of the bathtub, drug it into the kitchen. I covered my island with stuff to prevent it making a nasty mess. I think they're asleep. The next thing I hear is his bone-curdling scream.
Oh no!
So, trying to clean this mess up, I get a phone call. It's one of the dads saying, "Listen, I know you don't have a dead body in your bathtub. What the hell are you doing? My daughter is hiding in the closet. I'm just giving you a heads up in case you need to put anything away. The police have been called because they have reported you for a dead body in the bathtub." I said, "No, I'm dressing a deer out." Well, I knew you had a rational explanation, but I'm on the way over there because she's hysterical. These are Busey city people. No, this is where I need to be. This literally.
But you know, I think this is the part of Tennessee people are looking for. You know, all these people are coming here.
Yes.
And you're like, why are they coming here?
Right here.
But they don't know how to find this.
Well, this isn't for sale.
No, not that.
Yeah.
This.
Yes.
Not that. This.
They don't. This is what they're after, though.
Yeah.
And
Not that, you know, like they're after this feeling,
they are.
and you can't fake it.
Nope.
It's either real or it's not.
And I mean, I consider myself pretty well traveled. I do enjoy traveling. And, you know, everybody's dead. My family, I'm the oldest. It kind of makes you feel very surreal when you realize you're the matriarch of your family. Like, everybody's dead. My mom, my grandmas. I got one aunt left. I have a stepmother, and she's my stepmother because she stepped in when my mom died. You know? But when you realize you're the matriarch of your family and your kids have all moved away and gone to college, I don't have to stay here. But all the places I've traveled to and all the places I've been, this is my home.
And that's why I call the channel I Am From Tennessee. Because no matter where I've lived in the world, and I've lived in quite a few places, always the conversation starts, I am from Tennessee.
And I'm not from here originally.
Well, you are now?
I am now. This is my home.
Yeah. I mean, that's not like, you know, you ask people sometimes what do they do and they tell you about their job. It's like, that's not what I asked you.
Well, that's not what you do. Hey, how are you? Sure. You sample? Those are my favorite ones like that.
Yeah.
That's mine. $6.
Best $6 you'll
If
spend.
you don't have exact change, she'll make change for you.
My grandpa.
Well, you know what? I was so busy in the food truck, I couldn't get out here. But I said, you know what? I'll go get out here and cook pork skins. I don't get to do this very often anymore because that food truck is a feast. And so, yeah, we're having a lull right now, and I got him set up in there. We've run out of enough stuff he can keep up. So he's in there cooking, and I'm out here doing what I love to do.
Where do you get your skins at?
Let me tell you about that story. Originally, I grew up on a hog farm in Georgia, and we were farm to table. And we killed the hogs, and we made the lard, and rendered the lard, and dried the skins, and we made a product more like crackling. That one's yours right there. You're very welcome, but I don't kill hogs anymore. So these come out of a slaughter plant in North Carolina, already beautifully processed, ready for me to cook.
Ah. I know I had a friend, she called me the other day. She's like, how do you make lard? And I was like, easy. You just put it in a pot.
Yep,
Let it get warm.
That's all you do. Let it cook it down.
What do you think this is?
What do I think?
No, that feeling we were talking about.
Oh,
How do you describe that feeling?
I personally think it's God. I think that God has put me where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I left corporate America, and I am retired, and I cook food for a living. I sell fried
You
pork.
nurture people
I do.
in the old way.
And I think that God has gifted me with a nice business that I can touch people's lives. And, you know, I sell a lot of food, but I give a lot of food away too. Because I feel like that we need to be blessing people with our talents, our time, our talents, our gifts, and this is my gift. And nothing, I mean, I still work a full-time job. I went back to work, I needed health insurance as a bus driver. So I drive a school bus. And that's my job, I drive a school bus. And I feed these kids stuff off my food truck. If my kids on my bus come up, they know they can always get a meal. But this is my happy place. And particularly cooking these pork skins is I mean, I love her, and I love to create food, and I love to cook. But this is truly my happy place, cooking the pork skins.
But this is the old. This is like where the old becomes new.
And so when I tell people, like when my kids with me, before my mom died, I don't have a picture because I didn't have my grandkids. Before my mom died, there was 3 generations that worked this business. My mom, me, and my kids. And then my son, she died before I had grandkids. So it was 3 generations. So when I have my grandkids with me, they come some. There's still 3 generations running. Mm-hmm. And I grew up on a hog farm. We actually were farm to table. Like I know how this was made.
Yeah, I mean, it was before it was trendy.
Yeah.
It's just how how we survived.
He ate everything but the squeal. So the police come out, they have to search the house because they told him it's a dead body. They go in the bathroom. Obviously it's a deer car because they know me. They say, what are you doing? I'm dressing the deer. The little girl's hysterical. She ends up going home that night. And my daughter comes to me and says, Mama, why can we not be normal and get our food from Walmart where this stuff does not have to happen?
That's precious though, right?
Yeah, the little girl. So the same little girl does come back over. The same little girl comes back over again, and my son,
she comes back for round 2.
Yeah, poor thing. My daughter makes me swear I won't do anything stupid, right? Okay.
You get another phone call.
Yes. This time it's because my son's snake got out of the pen. He was always catching rabbits and grass snakes and frogs. He had a whole ecosystem in his bedroom. Well, his snake had got out. We couldn't find the damn snake. I'm like, don't tell your sister, we'll find the snake. But we found it all right. It was hot that night. She put a fan in her window. Next thing I know, I go in there, they're screaming their heads off. Police have been called again. She's covered with snake parts. The snake got into the fan and cut the snake off. My son, Mama, they killed my snake. Poor snake's flopping around. Save my snake. The snake's in 10,000 pieces. The little girl's covered in snake parts. The dad comes, he goes, really, Maria? I said, I'm sorry.
Maybe it's better that she just say them at your house.
I don't think she needs to come back. Let my daughter come to your house where y'all are normal because we obviously are not normal.
Normal is a setting on a dryer.
Not in my house. So the little girl was there, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Like, you're not gonna die. The snake is dead. I mean, it's like in a bajillion pieces all over her, the room, everywhere. My daughter is so mad.
That's perfect.
I hate you, Mom.
Morgan, you want to spend the night at Ella's house?
Yeah. Well, we don't have any snakes because I can't stand snakes.
Well, I draw the line.
And I told him, but I let our chickens run through the house every morning.
We've done that. I told him, I said, listen, don't you tell them girls that snake's loose. We'll just find it when you're gone, right?
Well, you found it.
We found it. Oh,
Book is empty, not a penny can I show. Get off, you railroad bum. He slammed the boxcar door.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
want me to
good.
do you a tune?
Sure.
All right. This one comes from an old boy by the name of Mac McClintock. Recorded it back in 1928. You probably heard it. It goes something like this. One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fires was a-burning, down the track come a hobo hiking, and he said, boys, I'm not turning. I'm a-heading for a land that's far away, beside the crystal fountain. So come with me and we'll go and see the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, it's a land that's fair and bright, where the handouts grow on bushes and you sleep out every night. The boxcars all are empty and the sun shines every day. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the cigarette trees, the lemonade spring where the bluebird sings in the Big Rock Candy Mountain.
kid's shirt. It
I
said
did
red,
too.
white.
Okay, red, white, and